we're back. So, the 5 of you will return the bat alive,
How
but
much should
somewhat
we get
injured.
paid?
You will all be paid. What's in my Evernote? You will all be paid 50 gold each for returning this bat.
Yowza.
They'll notice that the bat is doing what you guys expressed, that it is continuously trying to pull itself east. As if something it has as if something is actually pulling at it almost. A question for the 5 of you before you leave here, if I may.
Certainly.
How have you all fared in dealing with these kinds of things? Well, poorly, overall? How would you say?
I feel like that towards the beginning we were maybe less prepared than we should have been, and we had some close calls, but now that we kind of have a better idea of what to expect, we seem to have better outcomes.
If we were to be able to help this bat recover, and it was still pulling in a direction, would you be willing to use it kind of like a divining rod to figure out where it's going and what is pulling it so strongly?
I would. I kind of want to know too, honestly. But I'm just speaking for myself. I mean, the party, I'm not sure about them.
I'm intrigued.
Do we have a sense of how long this might take? I mean, could get us pretty far into the woods.
We're not certain. We have no way of knowing. This is the first time anybody's brought one back alive.
What time of day is it still?
It is late in the day right now. Very late in the day.
It might be better if the bat could rest up and perhaps.
Well, he said they have to get the bat back into like flying condition. So it's gonna have to heal up, and they're gonna have to do some things to take care of it. So they're not planning for this to be a same day thing. They said in a few days.
I say we head over to Banana Flies and have a couple of Sundays and think about it.
I think it's an option. I mean, I don't see why not.
Okay.
I'm always down for some banana flies.
All right. See you
We're
guys.
sticking with that, Steve.
I know. You all head over and can discuss what you want to do about this, whether you want to follow up on this or otherwise.
So I'm interested in looking more into this, but I'd like to allow that member of the party, the silent but determined type, to weigh in on what they think about this. So I think let's call this time when we refer to Constag as Constag's Corner. Ah!
Why am I in the corner? Did I do something wrong?
Nobody puts Constag in a corner.
It's your chance. Nobody puts Constag in a corner. No, it's your chance to have the floor undivided.
Well, it's not a good idea to give anyone the floor while it's divided. That's really dangerous, Charles.
Really dangerous. Fair enough.
When he says that, I look at Constag, waiting for the response.
So, do you want my opinion on what we should do about the whole following the bat situation?
Yes, that is correct.
I mean, if it helps them figure out a way to, stop whatever condition these bats might be under, if it's, bad for them, then I'd be willing to do it.
So, that's a yes?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to clarify.
All right. So should we try and get some more extra credit from this? See if the professor's interested in helping us out some more.
That was my very next thought, like, how can we grade grub with this shit? Yeah.
All right.
So I just got an F, so I'm trying to.
You all make your way basically the next day to the professor to say, hey, we brought back all 3 of these things. Can we get a bigger grade if we figure out, like, this weird bat thing? Well, you've done a good job on collecting these 3 specimens, and if you genuinely believe that you can get to the bottom of this, I'll tell you what. I would think that would show exemplary performance, and be a... I think it would be better than most teaching I could give you. So I'll tell you what. You need not worry about coming into the next class. If you succeed at this, then I will pass each of you. How does that sound?
Pass,
Fantastic.
that's
Sounds
it.
great.
Is this a pass or fail class or?
No, it's a graded class.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you know what? That's one step past means at least we don't fail, and we can maneuver our way up from there. But an assured pass is the first step to victory.
All right. So, you are going to investigate the bat problem.
So can we do some research on bats and
Absolutely.
I'd like to use my research skill. I got a 99%.
That's not the right game.
Wrong game.
Hey guys, you know what would really help before we start researching bats is start working through some logic puzzles. I'm busting out the book of puzzles.
No.
I'm trying.
So
Sure.
basically, he can hand each of you a puzzle. There are 10 puzzles. So that would be 5. If you succeed at the puzzle, you get an additional. Hold on,
Roll twice on your knowledge skill.
Yeah, through every 5 points. Though every 5 points by which you succeed the check reduces the amount of time you need to solve the puzzle by 10 minutes. Yeah, so you guys can spend a bit of time, and if you succeed at solving the puzzle, a DC 10 intelligence check, you get a reroll on a disabled device knowledge or sense motive check.
I'm all about this. Where did you get these from, Tom? I love these.
I was just looking up what games were inside the game that I could buy. So that's why I got the board game, I got the puzzle book.
That's a clever little thing, Steve. If you made that up, that's really...
No, that's Pathfinder that came up with that.
Oh, is it in the equipment book?
I don't remember where I found it.
Doesn't matter. I'll look it up later on. All right, so what do we need to do to solve this logic puzzle?
DC 10 intelligence check.
This is the moment where I'm going to embarrass myself and fail. And nothing happens. So
It's just taking a while. Just give it a sec. Everything is pretty heavily delayed.
The world is on Zoom right now, you know.
All right.
More disappointment.
I'm fortuning everybody, so.
Fortune doesn't work because fortune only lasts for rounds. You would need something that lasts for hours.
Oh man!
Effectively, it takes
clever.
1 hour to research something.
That was very good. That was very good.
It was for the intel check.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine.
I'm just imagining him like giving us these puzzles and just laughing like maniacally while we try to solve them.
So everyone rolls 2 intels.
Yeah. So if you failed, go ahead and do a reroll.
Wow,
But
that's
if we-
forever. You weren't kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really bad at times.
All right, that was an 11, so I got it.
Okay.
Just barely. I do
It's
understand
still
why-
it only rolled for you so far. It still hasn't showed up for us yet.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
It's pretty bad if you're behind Charles.
This is bad.
Okay. So
Oh, I
everybody
rolled
has
twice,
a
too. The second one, I got a 23.
everybody has a reroll on the knowledge check.
Nice.
So,
Right, I
what
got it.
knowledge do you want to use to find out this information?
Well, we have to go with our knowledges, and I had them written down at one point. You know, let's see. Fuck.
Knowledge,
So-
nature for me.
Okay.
Can I do knowledge local?
Sure.
Bam. That's some good shit there.
Oh God.
Oh, you get a reroll.
Better.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm assuming we all want to do different ones. So
Yes, that's
Oh.
so I can do Arcana, Dungeoneering, Nobility, Planes, Religion. Depending on what.
I
what
can
you guys
also
got.
do. Looks like. I can do geography.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
We have all of them covered. It's just not all of them are gonna work, right? Like knowledge engineering, which 2 of us have, is not gonna work.
Right. Yeah. I
Dungeoneering-
was just wondering which one you wanted to use so that I would determine. So I mean, my best is gonna be Arcana.
The way that I think of it is like maybe like Comstock and I are talking nature things, and then I'm also like consulting geography, that kind of thing.
Okay.
you can do an untrained knowledge result. The best you can get is a 10.
So, here's what we're gonna come up with.
Okay.
Unless somebody's got more knowledges that they want to roll, because I only see.
Yeah. I haven't rolled mine yet. I was seeing what Charles wanted to roll.
You know what? I'm gonna knowledge dungeoneering and see what the fuck happens.
All right, I'm gonna Arcana. So are these rerolls like you roll twice and take the best, or do I just roll again?
No, you choose whether or not you're gonna roll again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I rolled an
Wow.
8. Odds are that I'm gonna roll better.
I got a 21 on dungeoneering, and we.
Oh no, it is
Yeah,
it
that's
is
better.
roll twice and choose the higher result. Okay.
I'm saving mine.
Um,
Wait, I can't, right?
you can. It's roll twice and take the higher result.
No, I mean, how long does it last? Till I decide to use it, or
It's
actually not
it's
mine?
yeah. It's till you use it. It's for the next 24 hours. The next time you would.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sticking with that 21 on knowledge dungeoneering because that's fucking solid.
Okay. Well, no, it's the next time. So it is this right now. So you might as well take you get the second roll regardless. It can't be
Oh, okay.
reused for something else. Okay.
Oh,
That's fine. You still got the 21. So with your research, what you will uncover is there's a few different things that could be happening here. With regard to nature. Do I keep closing things that I need? To try to separate which thing is for which thing. So, Comstock, you would know that these are dire bats, so they tend to act a bit differently than a traditional bat might. It's not a common thing for dire bats, especially, to. I mean, it would normally like try to go back to whatever cave it might be sleeping in, but they are minded creatures. So for one to just perpetually be pulling in this direction is very, very strange. Especially because when you found it was out on the day and it was obviously very recently injured. They don't normally go out in the evening. So the pattern of activity doesn't fit with what a dire bat should be doing in any way, shape, or form. with a knowledge geography, Niev, you will know that this area doesn't have a lot of caves in it. There are a few, like, into the ground caves, but the mountains are like a ways out. So any caves here are more like land, like land level caves that kind of go directly underground. And to your knowledge, they're a ways into the woods. Like, you gotta go pretty deep before you start reaching the realm where you'll start seeing some caves. When they put down the campus, they put it down in a place to try to, like, make sure that it wasn't going to be in too close a proximity to significant threats. And they cleaned out a good portion of the area around it, and used some magical barriers to make sure that, like, wild creatures wouldn't be of great danger. So geographically, along with what you know about what Constag had researched from nature, this thing's traveled quite a ways out of its element, especially for the daytime. Trent, with a knowledge arcana, you know that there are quite a number of spells that could, like, allow you to use a bat in any way that you wanted. Like, for example, charming it, like Niev was trying to do before. But the spells that can affect the minds of animals spread even further beyond that. There are spells that can give you very long-term control over animals, even in great number, and in great size. And lastly, Erasmus. Yes.
So,
Hey,
like,
what about me?
How?
What did you roll on? I'm sorry.
I rolled.
Local.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to you in a minute.
Okay.
So,
you just said lastly.
I remember there was a local. I've been looking at what the skill is when I explain the description.
So there's something that might affect all the bats in the forest.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's what you get from your research. Like, that is a thing that could cause the bats to be acting with a very specific and kind of programmed behavior. You can't really find anything else that would potentially be doing this, so it's really the only thing you've kind of got to go on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the check that you got. And with the dungeoneering, Erasmus, you know that there are a large number of powerful creatures that tend to live underground, and that things that are mind influencing are not an uncommon thing for many denizens of the realm below. Although typically around here, a lot of those creatures wouldn't move very close to the surface, and typically they normally focus on controlling the minds of people and dragging the people down in with them, not necessarily controlling the minds of bats and sending bats around to do stuff during the day when it's not their element.
Yeah.
But it's not implausible that maybe something that does live underground, that does tend towards, like what Percival is reading about, with some mind control abilities, might have some sway in them. And Nikolai, with a knowledge local of 16 was your high one. You'll know that it's not an irregular thing for people on campus to have mental breakdowns, especially when they've been subjected to things in the woods. The woods can be a very dangerous place if you're not well trained. If you think like, oh, I'm just going to go out there and go camping for a little while. There's a number of diseases you can get. There's a number of creatures that can mess with your mind. There's stories of people that go out and then come back a lot different, a lot more unstable. Perhaps that's another option that you propose as a counter to Erasmus's theory that it could be something from underground.
Huh. We get a lot of info.
Mm-hmm.
Well, certainly we need to make sure we're pretty well prepared to actually be in the woods. Um, if Nikolai, if you've heard about people having breakdowns, after being in the woods, we need to try and do what we can to make sure that we're prepared. We don't know how long this journey might take us.
Yeah, I don't know what to do to prepare though.
If we have some sort of way to fortify our will, I don't think.
Well, remember, it's not, you can't, mental conditions don't just come from things directly affecting your mind. Sometimes they come from getting diseases. You can get diseases that will start playing with your head, making you see things, making you feel things.
Okay, so guys, I can make sure to bring remove sickness instead of ill omen for
That
tomorrow.
Yeah, that might be pretty helpful actually.
All right, so that's what I'll do. I'll switch my prepared spell there.
What do you guys think? Should I keep the charm animal, or should I memorize a spell that would fortify like my wolf in case we get into combat or need to defend ourselves? Not fortify, but increases damage, allows them to have a more potent bite.
Might be good to strengthen our defense.
I think
All right.
strengthening the defense would be a good order.
All right.
All right, and I just want to make sure you guys are aware of what remove sickness does. So it doesn't actually remove sickness. You got to use it preemptively. And if you use it when they already have a sickness, it just suppresses it for 20 minutes. So just letting you guys know, we got to use it preemptively if we are going to use it.
Okay.
And it is a first level spell, so I only have 3 castings. Or 4 castings? 4 castings.
Forecastings.
How long do we think we're gonna be in the woods for this?
I don't think we have any idea.
Then you think we should get some maybe camping supplies just in case it takes over a day?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
thinking that would be a good idea.
I have a bedroll, flint and steel, iron pot, mess kit, soap, rations, water skin. But if y'all don't have anything, you should get some.
Would there be any way that would we be able to take like a small cart or anything into the woods?
Sure. You could either rent or buy a cart
How expensive?
and livestock to drive it.
I
It would
think
be
it might
whatever
make-
the cost is. To rent it, it would be 10% of the cost of the cart.
Seems like it might make more sense to just carry what we can have on our backs, because cart, if we have more creatures with us, they could be prone to getting injured, or they might attract predators. I mean, I can carry a lot.
So the standard items, that generally is considered Adventurers Guild, because it's like in every D&D setting, there's usually a shop you can just go buy one, and it usually contains torches, 5 days worth of rations, a couple of water skins. So and I specifically bought that, so a mess kit and a bedroll. So ideally we should all have that. Whether or not we want to buy a tent would be the only thing, and those are heavy because they don't have shelter hats in this. I don't assume.
How heavy?
Usually 15 pounds, which for a
Oh,
guy like
that's-
me is very
That's
heavy.
nothing for me.
Oh, okay. So if we're gonna do that, I don't have anything against the cart, other than I would agree with the animals for the cart would be difficult. But a tent that comfortably. Do you want to go to the camping store and ask questions? Steve could affect an accent, and I love that. So I love making him do accents. So let's go to a camping store, an adventuring goods store.
Okay.
Do you have like a Aurora's Whole Realms in this campaign? And what is it called?
I don't know what would be a camping store name that I would like.
Well, do we want to go to a camping store? Because maybe the school will supply us these things just because we're doing this, finding out these bats for them. Because
Ooh,
they
very
gave
good.
us, they gave us the items before. Like
Okay.
I got the Aegis of Recovery from them.
All right, let's ask around and see what they got for adventuring gear.
All right, so you can all give me a diplomacy,
Oh man, I'm sorry.
or one of you can give me a.
Who's our diplomatic person?
Yeah, let's have everybody can give me a diplomacy. I think we'll go with.
I don't know why it double rolls.
That's
but
fine. Your first one is what counts.
Constag with the 19.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Taki, bring it up.
So, so each of you will kind of get ideas to go into different places and talk to different people. Niev, you remember that ranger that did that leather work for you before, and you can kind of head back to him. You're going out in the wilderness, you say?
Yes, we're supposed to be helping the forest rangers with the bat issue they're having.
I was unaware of any bad issue, but I think I can help you out. We had to make tents recently, and I've got no need for one right now. It would just go in the store's inventory for the time being, so I'm sure they won't mind. And I'm sure a couple of other people wouldn't mind. He goes in, and they've all made like medium-sized tents. So those are tents suitable for one, or for I think it's 2 people.
Medium-sized 10 holds 2.
Yep.
It goes 1, 2, 4, then 10.
Yep. So he can get you probably 3 medium-sized tents.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The weight on those is 30 pounds for the mediums.
30
So,
each.
yeah,
Yeah, 30
I
each. So that-
can't carry them.
I can carry all of them. It's fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're
So
the-
Constag, you head over to start searching around the library for some things. And your friend that you've talked to a few times is there. Hey, what are you looking for? Maybe I can help you get it?
Oh, looking for tents? Like,
Just got tents.
Just tents?
Uh,
Anything
mess
else?
kits.
is that? Wait, what?
I can't really help you with tents. Is there anything else you're looking around for?
Oh, that's so awesome that Stephanie and Whitney line up. It actually lines up on my view. So the no sleep till Brooklyn squad.
Oh, you mean Jess.
Stephanie!
Jess, not
Charles!
Stephanie.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
call
not
you
that-
Pinocchio.
I don't know anybody's name. I screwed up at work.
It's okay. You can call me
Charles!
Stephanie.
If you're
No.
looking for tents, maybe you need some other sort of supplies for traveling. There are some things that you can check out from various classes. For example, I know that there's lots of very very dangerous and very venomous things out there. Perhaps an herbalist. There's some herbs you can check out that might be of good use to carry around while you're out there. might be a good idea to ask around for some of those.
Do you know what building like this
Yeah,
would be in?
he'll give you the room number.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. And Nikolai. You realize one of the things that all of you are looking for is food. And materials for food. And so, HeadHup is probably the best resource for this. And he is more than happy to help. I'm sorry, thank you. They are more than happy to help. So, you're gonna go traveling?
Yeah, we have this assignment, and it's kind of hard because we don't know how long we're gonna be gone, but we're gonna be in the woods, so we need to kind of try and pack food that's nutrient dense but not super heavy, and doesn't have to be refrigerated or anything.
Oh, okay. So, can we keep this a secret?
Oh,
I don't know, what is it?
Okay, so you're allowed to check out a certain number of rations if you say you're going on a trip somewhere into like the woods, or if you're gonna do some spelunking, or if you, for example, are going on like a school trip.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just check those out, and all you need is to trick a teacher into giving you the slip. And so I always say I'm going looking for like rare mushrooms, and I go looking for rare mushrooms, but I get to get extra food out of it.
It's funny to call it checking it out because it's not like we're gonna return them. I mean, we're gonna eat them.
Yeah, but like they only let you take so many, so it's like checking it out. Like you can only have one book out of the library at a time.
Yeah, but you return the book. You don't consume it.
I mean, I gotta return the platter.
Well, I would think the school would be willing because we're doing this like in conjunction with the school and the rangers.
Yeah,
So-
I'll take you to where you can get them. Follow me.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, and you can put in an estimate for the number of days you're going to be out for, to a maximum of 5.
Let's do 5.
Okay. It is 5 days per person going on your trip.
Hey, while I'm out in the woods, do you mind just kind of keeping an eye on my bed, maybe eating the weeds out and whatnot?
Yeah! That sounds great. But just the weeds, right?
Just the weeds.
Okay.
And if there's anything that looks like it's gonna go bad before I get back, you can eat that too.
Oh, yummy. And what if it already has gone bad? Can I eat it then too?
If it doesn't hurt your stomach, sure.
Oh, it doesn't. Sometimes when things go bad, they get this extra little, like, it's kind of a fuzzy taste. Thank you. I will take good care of your garden.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Thank you. Can I get? Are you gonna need all those rations?
Yeah, we are. If we have any extra when we come back, I'll give them to you.
Yeah! All right. That sounds great. I'll make breakfast for you guys again sometime to make up for it.
That would be great. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. So you found some of the supplies you can get for free.
What's the deal with the herbs? Was Constog looking into those?
Yes. So the herbs that she'll have will allow, as part of a heal check, you to have the resources on hand necessary to counteract most of the common poisons and to attempt to counteract most of the poisons and diseases in the area. So they will provide you with a +2 circumstance bonus when trying to help somebody recover from or identifying a specific disease. Because they come, all the herbs also come with like a little flyer explaining like the symptoms and other things that you'll see. Anything else that you can think of you'll need for this trip? You're each able to check out a water skin as well.
I was going to talk to, mages who are more experienced about traveling in the field and, enhancing our, we seem to be very easy to, for charm enchantment. Is there any things we can pick up that are easy that would do that in case the thing that I learned turns out to be true?
Give me a diplomacy.
Oy.
I know. Ooh,
Wow.
pretty good. So dependent upon how strapped for cash you are, they will of course. The first thing they'll of course recommend is if you could afford a cloak, get a cloak of resistance. That usually helps keep your mind and your body in a good place. If you really can't afford even a cloak of resistance, there's not a lot else to take except maybe some like anti-venoms and antitoxins just as like a last resort.
Okay.
Because you never know what kind of stuff you're going to pick up, and nothing sucks more than like managing to defeat what you're after and then crawling back and dying days later because you didn't have the right concoction with you to save yourself.
And my stomach.
When it comes to things against mind control effects, though, they don't really have a lot of answers at the early points in life.
Okay.
But when you explain kind of what's going on, they will let you know, like, most things that can defeat, that will control the minds of animals, either only control the minds of animals specifically, or they're so substantially powerful that it wouldn't matter that it can't only control the minds of animals. It's going to control you whether or not you want it to. If it seems substantially powerful, the most intelligent thing you can do against mind control is run as fast as you can.
Okay. Seems fair. Okay. Those guys have been nice to me. I'm going to stop off at Banana Flies and buy like a 20 gold piece gift certificate and drop it off for them because I've gone to those guys 3 times for information.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'd like to cultivate a positive relationship.
Certainly.
So, I'll put it in a nice card. Thanks for all your adventuring, whatever.
When you bring it back to them and drop it off, they're like, "Oh, this is really nice." Just a reminder though, like this is how it should work, right? We're all about information, and the more we share it, the smarter we all get, right? Can't get any smarter if you keep it to yourself.
That's so true. See, you're always teaching me shit. Plus, generosity is never wasted.
Of course.
Plus, I just love Banana Flies and want to make sure it just keeps going forever.
All right.
So I need to pick up like some luxury camping gear, maybe like a silk blanket or something.
Nope. There is no luxury camping gear to be found.
I'm very upset then.
Trent just rolls up in a recreational vehicle if he could.
He's looking at chariots. So if I want a unicorn to... No, we don't have unicorns to pull things. We told you this.
All right, so well equipped, the 5 of you can set out with the bat in tow. They basically set this up kind of as a makeshift thing. They have the bat is still like trying to pull its way in that direction. They have it kind of tied to a string, and it is entirely ignoring anything else. It is just simply trying to fly its way back.
And we're just holding on to the string.
You just hold the string. It's like a balloon that pulls you.
Can we like tie it to somebody's belt or something so it's secure?
Sure. But it's pretty strong, and it is going to be actively pulling against.
We'll tie it to my
rubber.
belt.
Okay.
So who's we're gonna tie it to yours, right? I was picturing myself. I went on a whole thing of me being dragged by a bat.
Like when you watch a kid trying to walk a Saint Bernard.
Yes, exactly. Guys, this wasn't a good idea.
All right. And the 5 of you can set off once more into the woods. So, as we go through here, there are still the dangers of the woods to contend with. And all of you know, the further into the woods you get, the more dangerous the woods become.
Yeah, man, all sorts of shambling mounds are about to come after us. Shambling mound
see.
tiger.
Everybody give me a perception through your travels. No, that's not going to play. I want to play this. Right. All right. So, all of you are traveling on your merry way. Let's have all of you position yourselves behind the bat as it pulls you eastward.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Position yourselves behind the bat as it's traveling eastward.
How long is the string? Is this close enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
I like the forest sounds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's move everybody a little ways forward. So. And is this how everybody is this the order of the party?
Yeah, I'm always first.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I typically try and stay right behind her.
Okay.
And,
Or him.
and now Charles is just Brooklyn. No, sleep, slow. No, Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
All right. So, well, traveling. So. And let's see if... Ooh, does a 25 hit your wolf? Oh wait, it does because, or the stag. It does because it's a crit. Does a 22 confirm?
Yeah.
So the stag takes 10 points of damage and does a... Ooh, 27 I'm sure beats it CMD.
Yeah.
It... Hold on one sec. Yeah, it acts as a full round for its attacks. So it will then claw... Oh, damn! Does a 16 confirm on the stag?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a lot of damage.
Hmm.
How is the stag?
At -4.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that's not all that it's going to do. Because it successfully grabbed, but it will not hit with an 8. To try to bite the stag. Needs at least a 10. But all of you will see, like, from leaned up against this tree, this mantis suddenly falls forward, reaches out, and grabs hold of the stag. Let me have everybody roll up some initiative.
My initiative is always so low.
Let me put the mantis on the... Wait, who just moved there?
It was was me. Somehow my character moved, and it was not like I was like perfectly between the two of them, and now it's like it's got me on a really close. So I don't know.
Let me reset. Oh, it does have it reset. Okay, good. All right. So, let us sort the order, and Trent, you go first.
I'll enlarge Nikolai.
All right. That's good because it looks like Nikolai is already still large.
Oops.
All right. That will take us to Niev. Oh, I see what happened. When I moved everybody forward, your characters are not technically seated on a hex. So it was adjusting to match what the hex should be.
Okay. So since it's got grab, I can't heal it.
You can
without-
attempt to heal, but if you miss, there's a chance you heal the Mantis instead.
Okay.
But it's not damaged, so would healing it do anything?
It would waste the spell.
Well, yes, but I mean, it wouldn't like give it extra.
No, but if it was damaged, it would heal. But yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast Acid Bomb on my wolf and send it in to try and attack the mantis.
All right. See your attack. It should have a macro. You should just be able to have it click.
Let me. Yeah, I see it now. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
You want
okay.
me to roll
And
the
I
macro?
think the macro is more accurate. All right. Sadly, that will miss. I'll give you the roll from the other one. So that will actually hit. So go ahead and roll me up damage. Same. Okay. And the acid damage?
And that's a 1d4.
Yep.
Nice.
Whoa. Whoops. That's not what happened there. All right. Constag. The stag is in danger. What will you do? Do you let it get eaten? Do you stand back and watch in horror?
Whoa.
Or do you take action? Wait, why didn't this thing didn't enter initiative? Damn it. There we go.
Is the only way to get something out of grab for it to escape, or for the thing to die? Is there, like, any other way?
I mean, it could get dropped, but yeah, typically that is the only way to get ungrappled. You could try in many cases you could try to pull something loose. However, this is a very large creature with arms with pincers that are crushing at it. So you presume you would probably do more damage if you were like trying to pull it loose from the creature's arms. All right, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna try and heal it.
Okay.
And try and heal it.
So you move in and go ahead and give me a check. I did not program the attack, so give me a melee attack roll, please. No. Yeah. You just kind of flail your arm around and touch nothing. Erasmus.
Oh, I stopped the video. Okay. I'm gonna pull out my fingers, do magical guns for my magical missile.
All right.
Pew pew.
Standard magic missile or anything special about it?
I am going. My thingamabob makes. Come on. I believe that only affects DCs, and there's no DC on magic missiles.
Okay.
So all I can do is. All right, take a big 4.
All right. That lands. The mantis will go. And the mantis will... the mantis will provoke an attack of opportunity as it attempts to fly away.
What? With the stag?
With the stag.
Oh, what a bastard.
It provokes attack of opportunity from who?
From anything that is adjacent to it and is holding a weapon.
Oh, I'm guessing 25 feet is not adjacent.
It is not.
It's
Just
definitely
thought I
not-
would ask.
The wolf will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage. 2. And, yep.
And does the trip work on it? Like if I...
You can attempt to trip it. It is size large, so it's going to be harder to trip, but you can attempt it. Give me
Okay.
a CMB check.
Okay. Let's see. Not... Oh, there we go. No, I can't click on it, so it's gotta be down here.
You click on the word, the letter CMB at the bottom. It's in the spot that's not expanded.
Oh, I see.
Damn! So, like, it's starting to flutter off, and the wolf is like, nope, and it grabs hold of the leg with its mouth, and it, like, pulls it just as, like, the wings start fluttering, and one of them, like, slaps against the wolf's head, and it just, like, topples sideways to the ground.
Very nice.
Nikolai.
So I can move 25 feet and still attack, or no?
Yeah. Up to 30 feet.
Oh, I have to unclick that.
And you have 10-foot reach.
Yep. That will hit. Nice. Good damage.
Thanks
This
for the
thing-
button,
Looks seriously injured. You're welcome. As
but
you,
it's
like,
still holding onto the stag.
chop into its arm. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it has a lot of strength left in that arm after that hit. Trent.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use my fortune on Yev.
Okay. On Niev or on the wolf?
Yeah, that wolf's been beasting.
Okay. So the wolf then, or Niev?
Yes,
Okay.
on the wolf.
All right, Niev.
Okay, so I'm going to...
You got
to
one
have-
thing that starts the round. You have a D4 of acid damage.
Okay.
And the mantis looks in terrible shape. It's just kind of like swaying there.
Alright. I'm gonna have the wolf attack it.
All right.
Again.
And you have fortune. So you
Luckily.
can re-roll.
Okay, thank goodness.
That
Oh.
will sadly though not hit the mantis.
Man, alright.
Constag, you need to get Constag. I need fort saves for the stag to make sure it's not continuing to die. So you're gonna need 2 because there's one that you should have done last round and one for this round. So that does not beat 10 because it's at -4, right?
Yeah.
So it needed a 14 that round, so it takes 1 point of damage. And then it makes another one for this round. Ooh, and another point of damage. Alright, Constag, what are you doing this round?
So you still have that heal because you didn't touch anything with it, so. So you don't need to cast it again.
What do you want to do?
And because of somebody, the summon nature's ally happens at the end of the round.
I mean, that's technically the rules for Summon Nature's Ally.
Okay. So basically it'll be after the next one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and heal
Okay.
again.
Ooh, I am going to... roll me a d8 plus 1.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, plus 2 rather.
That
/R space d8
no,
plus 1.
I said D6 instead of,
Oh. Or plus 2, yeah.
and then I forgot the roll.
All right. The mantis looks a little better than it did a moment ago as you, like, reach out to get the stag, and its claw gets ever so slightly in the way.
So we got min heals.
Erasmus.
Again?
All right. Roll damage.
What is the code again to do it in the window?
What do you mean? /R
Like it-
space. I don't have a macro set up for your thing.
So it's /R space D4 plus 1?
Yeah.
I'm getting with the program and doing it like that.
All right. Your phone is tweaking out real bad.
Oh man. No, I was moving it because I can't see.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna do it from here because it's.
It's fine. I should make a macro for that. That's a pretty straightforward spell that you're going to use pretty regularly.
All right, another 4.
All right. And it will go down, dropping the stag.
I'll stabilize the stag.
Okay.
I will cast Cure Light Wounds on the stag.
All right. You can heal at a d8 plus 2.
Got it somewhere through. Oh, I see. It doesn't roll it in. Okay.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff I'm going to do with macros. I just haven't figured out what people are going to use most often. So I haven't started the spell macro process yet. But it's a-coming. The stag heals 8.
It's back up to 2.
Alright, 10.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna give it a heal.
All right.
So yeah, it doesn't roll.
Yeah, I don't have... All right. Stag is back in good condition.
I'd give my wolf a treat for being a good boy.
For saving the stag.
Yes.
Almost got a companion. Almost got one. All right. You ready to rest yet? Are you ready to Go home with your tail between your legs?
No, we gotta keep going.
All right. The pact continues.
I just forward for Brooklyn.
No, not for Brooklyn. All right. A few more hours pass. And things seem quiet. But the tree cover starts to grow a bit more heavy, a bit thicker, as you make your way into a much more densely populated set of woods. That provokes a... All right. Interesting stuff.
You gonna share it with us?
I am going to share it with you.
Tropos are not an appropriate wilderness encounter, buddy. I know you you like to use those monsters from the back of the bestiary, but, you know, no atropos, please.
So, this is pretty straightforward, but as you're running through the forest, everybody give me a perception. Or as you're traveling through the forest, not running through the forest. Yeah. I like to be generous as a GM. To give you opportunities to not just die.
He likes to be generous and allow us the chance to roll a lot of checks.
As we leisurely stroll through the forest on our nature walk.
All right. So,
Constag
and Niev, you will notice the sound of lots of footprints, lots of, like, hoof steps moving towards you. Give me a quick knowledge nature check. All right, and both of you immediately know this is probably a small stampede of boar running from something. And they sound like they're heading straight toward you.
I'd say we've got some worries.
Yeah, stampede of boar. Let's get
Guinness.
out of the way.
Yeah.
So you quickly rush everybody off to the side. And the boar, like, and a large, like, string of boar just, like, run through the path that you were standing in. Behind them are a pair of tigers.
Fantastic.
But the tigers will carry on with chasing down the boar. They've already got their sights on food. They'd have to stop, turn around, come back, give you. No, they're going to get themselves some
bacon.
pigs. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably smell way tastier anyway.
All right.
And then we find out that the tigers are actually running. They're also being chased by something even more terrifying.
Eventually, somehow, we're standing at the foot of, like, the maw of a dragon turtle. And it's like, how the hell did this happen?
All right. So a few more hours in. Give me one more line of perceptions.
Living the
It's
dream.
weird to have a character who can see things.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is like my first character ever that doesn't have perception.
All right.
Yes, this is also a character for me that does not have perception, so I find this incredibly frustrating.
Nikolai and Konstag, you will notice long before it notices you that there is something slinking around in the trees looking for something yummy to eat. It's orange, it has stripes.
Really? Another tiger?
Yeah, but it has not caught sight of you. Only the two of them can really see it. They'd have to point it out to you.
I'm one of the two of them.
I'm sorry. Yes. So it is not
Hey,
not
y'all,
paying attention to you.
There's a tiger over there. Shall we get out of the way?
Yes, we
Yeah.
don't want to engage one of those.
All right. Can I have everybody give me stealth checks to try to break away and move safely away from the tiger? Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty stealthy.
Oh yeah.
I
So
like how the giant is the stealthiest. What?
the three of you turn, or the five of you turn and start trying to walk away, but three of you just immediately crunch your feet down into some freshly fallen leaves. Or not some freshly, but some long fallen leaves. And let's see if you get unlucky.
That was a bigger disappointment to my family.
Oh, you are such a lucky party. The tiger does not at all hear it. It has caught chase of something. Just as you hear the crunch and you look over, and the tiger is starting to run, thankfully, in the opposite direction.
Oh, I thought it was just me. I can't see things.
No, it's trying to mate with those other two tigers that were running past.
Yeah, no, I'm encumbered, so my stealth isn't great.
All right. And as you've been out here for about 8 hours at this point, the bat will start, you'll start noticing just a little ways in the distance, there is a big mound that starts to build up in the ground. But there is no opening. But this thing is now, as you get close to it, the bat is, flying around the mound.
So,
The bat is flying around the mound, did you say?
The bat is flying around the mound.
So from what I learned from looking up the geography, we learned that there might be some underground caves. So perhaps the mound is concealing an underground cave.
Oh. I see. Fucker.
So how do we want to proceed?
That was my once a month brushing of my hair.
So is the bat? It's not trying to get. It's just circling now.
It's just
not trying
circling
to
it.
get-
There's it
get
doesn't
into
see
it.
a way to get in, so it's just circling.
We have a map, right? Of the area.
No?
Okay. I was wondering if we could I don't know, mark it off or somehow, I guess I have ink and pen. I can just kind of write down generally what I see and what we've found. So
Okay.
just keeping in mind for the Rangers, since that's the point of all this.
So,
And this is a fairly large mound. This is almost a person-size mound in the ground.
do we think it might be one of those shambling mounds?
I was gonna say, is there some druidical thing that detects shambling mound or?
I mean, would it be a knowledge nature or?
Sure. It could be a knowledge nature.
All right, I'll roll a knowledge nature.
No idea. Maybe it's a shambling mound, maybe it's not. Typically they shamble and they
Are
move a
mounded.
bit, but
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, it says shambling in the name, so...
Sometimes they would have to stand still, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes they could be a standing still shambling.
That's
mound.
not in the name.
Hey, but the Rangers told us that they like to be in one spot for a while and then move.
Their name is Shambling, and you only rolled a 17, sir.
I think we can recall what the Rangers said.
All
Have
right.
you heard what the Rangers said? I said,
Well,
So,
this
yeah.
mound is just standing here. This bat is going crazy, flying around this area.
So for all practical purposes, we think this is just a mound, right? We don't have any reason to believe this is unsafe.
It looks
Well-
like just a
well-
mound.
I mean, I think that we would feel that there's something abnormal about it.
I don't mean not proceed with caution. I mean, we wouldn't like start. Okay, so here's my thought. Maybe we launch an arrow into it to see what happens.
Yeah.
And then if it's alive, it'll let us know. Who's got an arrow or ammunition they could spare?
I don't have anything like that.
Anybody
Yeah,
got a sling?
I just carry a dagger.
Same.
You guys carry weapons?
As a last resort, I'm not like really a trained fighter. It's just something gets up in my face.
Well,
Gonna
we,
buy a sling myself now.
we have that wand of jolt, right?
Yeah, okay, we'll break that out. I'm breaking out the wand of jolt.
Oh,
But,
yeah, aren't they immune to electricity? Or
I don't know because I don't know doodly about Sham.
Yeah, the ranger said, but that I don't recall out of
Well,
game.
the ranger didn't say that. That was Constog's knowledge once she knew it was a
Oh, okay.
shambling mound.
Oh, okay. I missed
So,
that.
Then I'll mention that if it is, it would be immune to the electricity.
Okay.
Okay. Huh. Well, I tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas.
Is there anything we could throw at it?
oh, I could create water. We could splash it, see what happens.
Will it grow? That's a legit question. They don't get bigger with water or something stupid like that, right?
I don't know
No,
that we know
that is not a thing that they do.
I don't know. I was not paying attention in plants class.
You don't
That's
take
for other
plants. You take spellcasting and party theory.
Yes, I don't. I don't take plants.
Could we just toss like a pebble or something at it? Or are there any pebbles around?
Sure.
I'm gonna look for a decent rock.
Yeah, there's rocks or sticks or.
All right, I'm gonna jump at it.
Let's see.
Thank you.
I'm gonna roll the hit.
No, you don't need to roll with hit.
Okay.
You toss a few things at it, and they just kind of, hit it and roll down.
All right. Well, I'm convinced that I'm gonna die from this encounter. So let's proceed as if it is a. Let's proceed as if this is just for some reason a mound built here for no reason.
Well, the bat seems to really want something that's here.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's just. Do the bats like dead stuff, like dead animals, or do they only like alive things?
No, they feed off of living things.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out. Hopefully, I brought the wizard accoutrement. The good old staff. Can't remember if I gave myself one. This is like this room in the Temple of Elemental Evil where it's all statues of very dangerous monsters that Gary put in there so that players could use their player knowledge and waste hours generating random encounters trying to fight just statues. Yes, I will poke it with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Oh,
It doesn't move.
I yell, by the fury of the figgin flower.
I will actually take some water from my skin and I will, pour water on it.
You made some wet ground.
Yay.
Yay!
Mud! Who wants a mud bath? They're so sweet.
All right, so what do we think? Do we go move the mound?
Can we move the mound?
Well, wolves dig, right? Maybe the wolf can dig out the mound? I mean, dogs do. I don't know if wolves do.
Okay, I ask my wolf to dig around the mound.
All right. Your wolf starts digging. And after
I'm still preparing my quarterstaff for beating this thing.
After a few minutes of digging, a little hole in the mound will appear. And you can see into the darkness that's behind the hole. There's no dirt. It's like somebody took the earth and wrapped it around an edge of a hole and created like a covering for it. But just a few inches down, there is some empty area underneath.
All right, so guys, I do have light if we want to toss light on a pebble and toss it in there.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
You light up a pebble and you toss the pebble inside. And you can see a cave behind there that goes quite a ways deep.
Let's clear out a space big enough for the bat to fly down.
Okay.
We might lose the bat then.
We have it on the rope, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have it on a
but-
leash.
As you start
Oh,
opening up the
nice.
cave, though, the bat will like start also like trying to push its way in.
Also, Constog should be able to see like in the dark, so maybe.
Yep, the cave goes 60 feet deep.
Okay.
Hey,
Does it
Till
look like it goes over 60 feet?
Till
or just
Brooklyn,
60
can you see in
feet?
the dark?
Don't you only have 60 feet of dark vision?
Yeah, does. Well, I guess I wouldn't be able to tell. I would just stop into the.
Stop at 60 feet.
Till Brooklyn, do you have dark vision as well?
Yes, I do. 60 feet.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we got 2 people that got it. Good.
All right.
Do you want?
So the plan is to dig in.
We're digging in.
All right. You dig an opening wide enough for the bat and yourselves to get through.
All right. So
It's going to take a couple hours to do this because I don't think anybody brought shovels.
No.
And I don't think anybody has like move earth or
bat-powered
Nope.
shovel is what I have.
that bat doesn't shovel very well. All
Could we
right.
summon a nature ally to dig this out for us? Like a dire badger or some shit?
That's what called was.
All right. Well, you guys can
We don't
figure
need
this
no
out.
stinking
But in
badgers.
the meantime, we're going to go ahead and see what's on the other side of the cave next time.
I knew you were going to say that.
You bastard. I was like, we're not going to get to the...
No, you're not. You got there, maybe.
Oh, we could get an octopus. That'll help.
See, you got to separate the sessions. Above ground, one session. Below ground, next session.
Well, plus, you
Alright.
probably got to make the map for us, right?
No, I'm always pre-making all my maps all the time.
He totally knew we were gonna get here.
Did you see they
in all
finally
honesty,
can't... Go ahead.
this is actually this map here. This forest map is pre-made. I've added a couple of trees here and there, but otherwise, it's really nice to have something that I can just grab on demand. Go ahead, Charles. Sorry.
Oh, I was just, I thought we had finished. I was going to tell you, did you see they finally canceled Gen Con as of Monday?
I did not. I'm gonna hand out experience real quick.
Okay.
60,000
60,000 to each of us.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Let's see. Need to get the other thing that you all beat. Plus the encounters you avoided. Plus roleplay experience. Recap. Nope, actually that goes separate.
Yeah.
I do this first, then I divide it by the party. Come on.
I was going to say, I was still not awake during the recap.
Plus this. Everybody takes 620 XP.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Yep.
Big hay.
All right. And
You
we
get giant ants.
will figure out what's beneath that cave next week. Until then, this Wednesday is clinical theurgy. The party is also lost in the woods, and nearly
Motherfuckers.
got themselves killed. We'll see if they can make it to their destination. See you guys then. Good night, everyone.
Good night, viewers.